All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through what it's like going to a NA or AA meeting. If you don't know, NA is Narcotics Anonymous and AA is Alcoholics Anonymous. And these are programs that have helped many, many, many people to get clean and take control of their lives again. So, check this out, and I'll talk to you on the other side. Welcome back to Broken Bobby's transformation page. In the late 80s, I became involved with drugs and would eventually become part of that lifestyle of trafficking, addiction, and violence. Over the next 20 years, I would be in and out of jail and prison. If you're thinking about trying something or you're dealing with addiction, your life don't need to go down the same path mine did. I hurt a lot of people, both physically and emotionally. These are my stories of how I transformed my life, and you can too. Let's get. All right, guys. So, as many of you already know, I was an addict for a long time, from my teenage years uh, into my mid 30s. And, I never thought that I would be free of active addiction or alcoholism because um, after originally when I got off the methamphetamine, I just substituted alcohol in its place, and I became, you know, alcoholic for a while. I guess you would say. Some people say that once an alcoholic or addict, always. Um, I think that's debatable, but I think that if you've ever had issues with alcohol or substances, you need to be aware of that and not put yourself into situations where you're likely to relapse. If you hang around the barber shop, you're going to get your haircut, right? As the saying goes. So, in this one, I'm going to talk about the first time I went to a meeting, a 12-step meeting, and what you can expect if you were to go to a 12-step meeting. I know for a lot of people it can be kind of intimidating because you're the new person there, you're dealing with some things, right? Like you're trying to get clean, and we just like I didn't feel like going to that stuff. I didn't want to subject myself to that. But in reality, it ended up being one of the best things I ever did. Now, when I first went to a meeting, I was on what they call a court card. So I had a drug case, and I got a Prop 36. At the time, Prop 36 was it was a deferral, a prison deferral, basically. If you complete this program, then we'll get rid of the felony and so on and so forth, right? So, they give you this paper and you need to attend so many meetings a month. When I went to the meeting, you give it to, I believe it was the treasurer or the secretary rather, and they would sign it at some point during the meeting and return them. Well, so I go to my first meeting, and it was at the Alano Club in San Bernardino. If you're from San Bernardino, I'm sure you're aware of the Alano Club. It's just a little like bingo hall type of place, not very big. Uh, Tables up with chairs around them, and you go in, and for the most part, everybody's very welcoming. Because they haven't seen you before, and they say that the most important person at any meeting is the newcomer. And here I was, right? Like, uh, didn't like I said, didn't want to do it, needed to do it to satisfy the court, and I ended up back in jail anyways. But that's beside the point. So you go to the meeting, people welcome you, and you go up, you get yourself a cup of coffee, if that's what if you're a coffee drinker. They typically have coffee, and you get yourself a cup of coffee, and you drink a couple cups of coffee while you're listening to people speak, and they bring the meeting to a start. You've met a few people at this point, but it really means nothing at this point because you have no idea who these people are. And like I said, it's a little intimidating because in my crowd of friends who were drug users, I knew all them and I was welcomed by them and I thought they were my friends. But as it turned out, we just both shared addictions and or not just both, but all of us shared addictions and we were useful idiots for one another, if I'm being perfectly honest. If I didn't have it, they had it, we got each other high. And that was kind of the extent of that. But I'm getting off in the weeds here again. So you're at the meeting, you come in, you meet a few people, and you take a seat. And there's some readings that they have that come out of the big books of either Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. And there's sayings that they say, and like it's like an introduction, basically, if you've never been there. And at some point, they are going to open up the meeting for people to share. And this is where, for me, I thought, got me messed up. There ain't no way in hell I'm getting up there and sharing my story with you fools. But the important thing, if you're serious and you're ready to get clean, take a seat, shut up, and listen to what these people are talking about. And the reason that this is important, and I would figure this out later, is the way the program works is you obtain a sponsor, which is somebody that's going to help you in working these 12 steps of recovery. You can get people have been known to get clean on their own and whatnot. But if you don't work this program or deal with some sort of counseling or something that's going to help you work through your issues that caused you to use, then you're just going to continue to relapse and relapse and relapse. And, it can become a deadly cycle. So you sat down, people are telling their stories. You're listening. And the main reason you want to listen is because you're looking for that sponsor. And you just don't want anybody to be your sponsor. You want somebody that's walked in your shoes to be your sponsor. You know, if your drug of choice is crystal, say, chances are somebody that's drug of choice was black might not be a good fit because your addictions were different. Now they could be. It could be, you're looking at personality, you're looking at what type of person that was, you're listening to their stories. If they did 22 years in prison and you've never been locked up, maybe that's not the fit you're looking for. And that's why it's important to listen. Because you're listening for that person that has a similar story to you, that you can relate to, that you can talk to, that you can tell your deepest, darkest secrets to. Because as you work through these steps, they're going to come out. So it's very important that you listen and you're vetting, basically trying to figure out. And you may find that person that you think, man, he's perfect or she's perfect. And if you're a guy, you're going to have a male sponsor. And if you're a girl, you're going to have a female sponsor. So just to be clear on that. But you may think, man, this dude's perfect. And he may not want to sponsor you. Maybe he's not sponsoring people. A lot of times people will say when they share, if they're, oh, I have a sponsee, or, I'm not ready to sponsor people yet. I have 2 years clean, and whatever the case may be. Okay. So you're doing this process, and this is really important. Now, at some point, what they're going to do is they're going to break out the chips. And I'm not talking about chips and salsa here. I'm talking about the little chips that they give out 30, 60, 90 days and so on and so forth, 6 months, whatever. So, does anybody have 30 days? And they give you a newcomer chip when you're new. So be sure to collect that as well and add those to your collection. Some people put them on their keychains and they have a ton of them, because they're working the program and the program is working. So they do the chips. This is another good way to peep out a sponsor. Somebody's got 5 years, somebody's got 10 years, whatever it may be. You say, wow, I want to be like that guy. So that happens as well. Then they do a collection where, like you don't have to pay for these meetings. Like they are free to the public. Now there may be some where that's the case, but I've never been to one of those. And if the way we used to always do it was I try to put $1 in there. After I got out of selling drugs, I was a broke mofo. But where would that buck have gone had I still been using? You know what I mean? It sure wouldn't have went to anything good. And they use that money to buy the coffee, and like they get cakes for people that are celebrating anniversaries 1 year, so on and so on. So this is the general idea of what going to a meeting is like. Um, I hope this helps somebody and maybe gives somebody the courage to go to their first meeting. And some people say that you need to go to meetings for the rest of your life. I'm not a believer in that, and I haven't been to a meeting in quite a while. But the idea is you need to work those 12 steps, and you need to develop tools that are going to assist you as life comes at you. And these are things that you will find at these meetings. So, I don't expect a lot of people are going to watch this video, but maybe it'll help somebody. And ultimately, that's my objective. If somebody sees this and they go to a meeting and they get their life together, then, that's awesome. So, if you're new to sobriety, welcome and congratulations on the first day of the rest of your life. It's one step at a time, right? So I never thought I would get clean. Like I was a hope to die dope fiend. And here I am now. So um, hope everybody's weekend is off to a great start. If you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't like it. Either way, drop a comment. I'm going to post in this video some links. I'll make them imagery because I don't know how to attach them, on the thing. But so be sure to check those out as well. If you are currently going to meetings, drop a comment and let me know what city you're from and what's your favorite meeting that you like to go there. Maybe somebody else will see that and be inspired to go check that meeting out as well. When you are doing these meetings, you tend to have that home meeting, the one that you really like. You may go to other meetings just because, you're having a rough day and you need a meeting, right? But that home meeting is what we're looking for. So if you're going to meetings, drop your city and your home meeting and what time it is. Maybe it might just help somebody. So hit that notification bell so that anytime I go live or drop a new video, you will be informed and you can check it out. I'm going to be going live later on tonight, probably around 10 p.m. California time, because I got a busy day. It's my birthday and we got some stuff going on, but I will definitely be going live late tonight. So be on the lookout for that as well. Also, you can become a member of the channel. Just hit that join button and select a level. Members get exclusive content, and we're going to be working on some merch here pretty soon. So, like I said, if you're new to sobriety, welcome. I appreciate it when people drop comments and tell me their stories. It really makes it all worthwhile, So remember, it's about the company that you keep. If you're hanging around a bunch of people that are using, chances are you're one as well. And that's okay. You know, if you're not ready, you're not ready. But if you are ready, there's definitely a better way. So that's my video for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be safe, be smart, and don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing.